So this will be our first question of prep test 140. Now our question stem is going to be most logically complete. Now remember, the trick to these is they are technically a combination between a main conclusion and an inference-based question because we're having to infer what our author would use to complete their main conclusion or to make their main conclusion. So our first step, in line with this being a main conclusion hybrid, is we determine if there's a sum or many in our passage. So we don't have that. So step one, we would blank out. Step two, we got to identify our argument type. This one's going to be causation. Step three, we would look to see what our strength of language is. We would determine it's fairly strong. So we would put that in here. And then we would look at our sub-conclusions to see where we're going here. So we're presented information telling us, what's going on with these countries' large banks, and that they're now selling these banks to strengthen. But the banking system will not be strengthened if the former owners of these banks buy them back. Okay, so take note of this. And then leading into our last sentence, so the agency is unlikely to achieve its goal. Okay, so from what we know right here, the banking system is not going to be strengthened. So let's look at our answer choices now and see if we have things that line up. So with A, the agency may be unable to sell someone's bank. This violates our strong language, so we would throw this one out because this is more of our moderate to weak. With B, a single company could buy more than one of the banks. Again, weaker language here, so I wouldn't like this. C, the country's overall economy is not much stronger than it was when the banks failed. So this one's going to be comparison. For that reason, I wouldn't necessarily like it because we have causation, not comparison. So I would get rid of it based on that. With D, the bank sold by the agency will be financially weaker than the country's other banks for some time. So again, we have comparison and a violation of our strength of language. So I wouldn't like this one. E, all of the bids for the banks are their former owners. We like this one the most. Causation, strong language, and it supports where our sub-conclusions are going. So we would like E as our correct answer. Let's show answer, make sure I'm right. Perfect.